Deb here, your spiritual cheerleader and mentor. Welcome to Great is Jesus in Me YouTube channel. And you know what to do. Subscribe now. And friends, today we have a special guest, and she is really no guest. She is part of Greater is Jesus in Me YouTube channel. Our resident esthetician, Syreeta. Hey, Syreeta, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yes. Life, but I'm here with a very important message today, Miss Debbie. We're talking skin in the sun. Okay. And I know a lot of people who are watching this probably are like, I don't need a sunscreen, or I can just apply once a day. No, you have to apply twice or every 2 hours, really, because you have to apply every 2 hours, because when you put on the first layer, most people or doctors know that first layer isn't enough. So if you're buying SPF 50, you're not at 50 when you put on that first layer. So by the time you apply every 2 hours throughout the day, then you actually build up a thick enough layer to actually protect you from the sun.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And did you know that you're not supposed to burn in the sun? So when people are tanning and they're out in the sun without SPF, and we become this bronze goddess looking thing, we're not supposed to do that. We're already beautiful goddesses in ourselves, but we're not supposed to turn a different color. That is the result of your skin actually burning. It's actually damaged at that point. So that's why you have all the peeling, and some people complain about, the soreness and everything. So that's why it's so important to wear SPF or sunblock for UVA and UVB. And I'll tell you why UVA is the most important, because UVA is actually the part of the sun's rays that sink past the top layer of the skin. And that's the part that causes the wrinkling and the look of aging earlier than what is supposed to happen. But it's underneath the skin. So as we age, it all comes to the surface, and that's where you get those fine lines and the wrinkles coming forward. So everybody make sure you put on your SPF. Hydrate, make sure you're hydrated. And then in addition to that, if you need to correct anything from the past, you can always use a really good retinoid that you can find over your counter at a CVS, Target, Walmart, wherever you shop. Or you can go to a dermatologist to get something stronger, like a Retin A or tretinoin, that's more prescription-based. It's more concentrated, but it definitely is something that you can use to help speed up the effects of that correction to the skin.
Wow. Yeah. Sunscreen is for all ages, right?
All ages, all genders. So as soon as you are born and birthed into this world, if you're able to turn around and say, "Hi, Ma, give me some SPF," do it. And I know that some people are like, well, what number do I use? Think about it like this. The more you do to your skin, the higher the SPF should be. And I'm not talking about no plastic surgery, but let's say you use acne, you have acne, you put a little spot treatment. You need to get a higher SPF, because that's going to burn first and foremost, and it's going to leave a dark, which means that it's going to scar, because now you have damaged that skin by overexposure. So I like to say SPF 50 and above. And I know that, people of color, have the issue of, oh, I'm going to look like a ghost. It's not going to rub in. Just getting one that actually disappears. I think we had talked about, Miss Debbie, about the Pipette that I showed on your channel one time. It's a baby SPF. It's mineral based. It protects against the UVA and UVB. It's like $16, but that actually, it goes on white, but it actually leaves no residue. It doesn't give you that white cast at all. And there's some others that are more high end, but that's the one that I recommend for everybody to use. And I'm trying to think of another good one. And then if you want to spend a little extra, I know Shiseido is a good one. Neutrogena has a really nice one.
That's the one I use, and that one doesn't leave any white.
And they have it specific. They have them for the face only.
That's the one I use. I use the one for the face. That works well for me.
The other one, La Roche-Posay, that one is good too. I will say that some people spend a lot of time putting SPF on their face and they don't really think about their body when they're going outside. Anything that's exposed to the sun when you go out has to be covered with SPF. So your feet, if you're wearing pretty sandals.
Oh, wow.
Your ears, if you're going to wear your hair back and you're just going to be SPF on that skin. Your neck, make sure you get your neck, the back of your hands, anything that's going to be exposed, put SPF on it. And if you're going to go in the water, at these water parks, I went to Great Wolf Lodge last week with my niece. Woo! Every time I came out of the water, I was putting on the SPF. Every time, anything that's exposed. So that's how important it is. Now you can break it up. You can get one for the skin and one for the body. Or if you want to try one that's face and body, just, do your patch test and make sure it's not going to irritate you and you're good to go. Now, the one last thing I want to point out, Ms. Debbie, is that some people who are oily say, I don't want to wear SPF because it makes me look really greasy or shiny. That's okay. And I know this is going to sound like a shock, but you don't need the moisturizer per se. So I would actually recommend use the SPF as your moisturizer in the summer. Don't double layer it. That way, you're not going to get a whole lot of shine and you're going to have the protection. And believe it or not, a lot of times the SPF is a moisturizer unto itself. Okay, so that is a workaround for people who are more oily to get away from that, extreme high Vaseline look.
And one of the things I've read about the SPF is that it helps with wrinkles.
Yes. Now, it doesn't reverse it, but it does actually protect against it. Why? Because that UVA, now you don't have the sun rays, that UVA rays penetrating into the underlayer of the skin, causing that to wrinkle and kind of shrivel up underneath, if I can explain it like that. And so as you age and all this exfoliates off, the wrinkled part that's underneath the skin actually comes to the surface. And, and there's really not much you can do except for get the retinoids and the retin A to kind of help smooth it out. And even then, it's not going to make you smooth like a baby anymore, but it is going to help correct some of that damage.
Right. So any last words for our viewers?
SPF, and make sure you stay hydrated too, from the inside out. So water and SPF and some shades. So, you're not just squinching right here and you guys be good to go all summer.
Very good information for everybody, because everybody wants to take care of their skin. It doesn't matter your age. If you're young, you want to start early. If you're older, it's never too late. Take care of your skin. That's the only one you've got. So you want to preserve it. You want it to look as good as possible for as long as possible. So please follow the advice of our resident esthetician, Syreeta. And before we go, I want to acknowledge this t-shirt that my girlfriend Donna gave me for my 60th birthday, which I had last week. It's, as you all see, it's cute and nice. So Donna, thank you so much. And Syreeta, thank you so much for being with us on Greater Is Jesus in Me YouTube channel.
Yay. Yes. Anytime, Miss Debbie. I hope your audience loved the information. So
I love it. I love it because honestly speaking, there's a few things that you said I have not been doing. I do put on my sunscreen on my face, neck, and if I'm going walking, I put on my arms, but I never thought of putting it on my feet when I'm wearing sandals. So I'm going to have to process that, because with me, everything I need to process and start doing it. And maybe just having it in my purse. Carry it with me.
Yeah, that's a good practice. Even if you get a little sample size of something, just have it there ready and ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. So friends, remember to go to Greater Is Jesus in Me YouTube channel, and you know what to do. Subscribe now. Be blessed, and until next time.